What's poppin', y'all? Today we're gonna be doing a quick breakdown on Power Book 3, Season 2, Episode 8. Before we even actually start dissecting the episode, though, I just gotta say, it was an insane episode, especially when those Italians ran up on Marvin and his teacher, and I mean, the body of Crown Camacho being discovered. I mean, fuck. Episode 8 definitely continued the tradition in the Power universe of episode 8 being the most climactic and intense episode of the series. A lot of people are saying Marvin's not dead. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. We're gonna have to wait and see. I haven't actually seen the trailer for episode 9 yet, but excuse me. We'll definitely keep you guys updated with that. You got me know in the comment section. Is Marvin dead or not?
Talk to your daughter. She told me all your shit. And asked around about you. Turns out Kanan ain't the first young boy you've been messing with. But he about to be the last.
So there was always going to be consequences to actions. And were we really surprised Salvacelli wanted Marvin in return for Marco's death? I don't think so. He thought that was fair. But Rock wasn't about to give up her brother. But in typical Power fashion, I don't think Marvin's dead. In fact, in this game, innocent and loved ones always find a way to get caught in the crossfire. And that's what I think happened at the end. Jimmy not only missed Rock in episode 5, but I think he missed Marvin as well. And this is going to cause an all-out war with the Italians and the Thomases. Because
I feel like in this whole situation, Unique is the only one playing the long game. Unique is the only one who's looking at the bigger picture. Because we've seen Unique now multiple times where he could have, I guess, I don't want to say like turned his back or take advantage of Rock so much, but I mean, he could have told Salvacelli straight off the jump about what happened with Marvin. He could have told him about what was going on in New York, or not in New York, on Newark, New Jersey. Sorry. You know, I just feel there's multiple times like when I feel like there's just multiple times I feel like he could have double crossed Rock already, and he's like maintained this image of I'm peaceful, Unique. I'm just trying to eat, you know? So I feel like soon we gonna see him step back into being the super villain that we know and love. Do I feel like he's Breeze? I think it's possible. With everything going on, for him to reinvent himself and become Breeze, it's possible. Y'all let me know in the comment section. But anyway, I'm done blabbing.
Because even though we've seen a different side to Marvin in Season 2, we're about to see him unleash, especially if Renee got caught in the crossfire. But where this episode centered heavily around Marvin, Duke really did suffer, but something which brought her closer to Marvin. And they're not there yet, but it definitely is a step in the right direction. But on the other hand, a relationship which is definitely going in the opposite direction is Kanan and Rock's. If Kanan had any doubt before, well now he knows the truth, and now he is fully done. So are the walls closing in on Rock towards the end of Season 2? We're gonna run through all the events of Episode 8 in this breakdown.
We know Kanan, I mean, because Famous was digging in Kanan's backpack when Kanan went to go speak to Palomar, so, we know for sure, there's no doubt about it now. I mean, Famous basically said, yo, he said, who's, I think he said, who's MH or something like that, Malcolm Howard? He was like, what, is that DEFCON's initials? So, I mean, there's no doubt now. Kanan knows that Detective Howard is telling the truth. I mean, and we seen him and Rock got in that little altercation when she was trying to show Kanan the new house. So, their relationship is at the point, man. I'm not sure if we're going to get a Kanan Rock Ghost Tariq moment where we see Kanan laying his mom back, but that sounded really bad. But I mean, bro, basically, I don't know if we're gonna see Kanan plug his mom. But y'all let me know in the comment section. Is Kanan gonna kill Rock?
Now, this episode kicked off with Dominic making it to the hospital, but there was no way he was surviving yet another fuck up. And
I knew Dominic was gonna be a pack.
Sal made sure of that. But at the end of episode 7, we saw Corinne step into Rock about how Palomar slept with Kanan, and so it was no surprise we saw Rock sending a warning shot to Palomar.
Like I said, I don't know what you're talking about.
I heard what you said. But do you hear what I'm saying? Because next time you see me, I ain't gonna be saying shit.
Nah, Rock did do her homework on Palomar, and she found out Kanan wasn't the first young boy she's messed with. And earlier in the week, I mentioned how we're gonna see Rock sending Palomar a real warning shot, and the manner in which she did was very similar to Scrappy. She put a gun to the side of her head, because if you shoot someone from the side, it's easier to make it look like a suicide. So as we're on the topic of Scrappy, we saw Scrappy's mom rolling up on Kanan, and she knows Scrappy's death definitely wasn't a suicide, because
Rock got a lot of shit coming in from all angles. I mean, fuck. It's not gonna end good for her this season. I wouldn't be surprised if she lost everything in episode 10.
she doesn't buy that bullshit. And of course, we all know she's right. But this was the first time Kanan had a different story, along with being one of Rock's many lies to Kanan. But Scrappy's mom could definitely be a problem for Rock, and she's someone to keep an eye on. Now, as we follow Kanan, he went to Famous's crib, and something both Rock and Kanan mentioned was school. So even though we haven't seen any scenes of them at school in season 2, they are definitely back. But with Famous telling Kanan how Rock stormed in here in the morning, pulling a piece on Palomar, we saw Kanan trying to patch things up, and we learned how Palomar knew who Kanan was from the start, which is why she stepped to him, and it's also why I said we couldn't trust her, because as Scrappy once said, everyone's in the game. But with Famous being famous, he opened the paternity results and read the initials of KS being the son of MH, who of course is Malcolm Howard. But where he thought it was DEFCON, Kanan knew what it really meant, and so when he came to Rock's new house, this was always going to be a bit awkward. Earlier in the season, when Rock brought Kanan back in the mix, she told him no more secrets, but we all know they were both keeping secrets from each other, and this relationship has been on thin ice ever since the start of season 2. But where Kanan questioned Rock about stepping to Palomar, I actually do agree with Rock, because Palomar was wrong for what she did, but Kanan threw it back on Rock, because she did fall pregnant with Kanan at the age of 16. We also had Kanan mention how Scruff's mom doesn't believe his death was a suicide, and how he needed to clear his head, and clear his head of Rock. And Kanan's clearly had enough of his mom, and as she looked at the empty bed, she knows she's lost him.
That's the first time we've seen Rock even remotely have a conscience. Like, I mean, the foreshadowing is just insane. Do I think Rock's gonna die this season? No. But do I feel like she's about to take a gigantic L? Absolutely. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What is the fate of our girl Rock?
Because the more she lies, the more she's actually pushing him in Howard's direction, which is where he ended up spending the evening. Now, over the course of the past season or so, and mainly season 2, we've seen Duke and Kanan confide in each other, especially about their parents. But every single time we've seen Duke step in and dismiss it, and in essence, take charge of Kanan's thought process, very similar to what we saw in Power.
He's a fucking lying ass cop, Kanan. And that's what cops do. They lie. He's just fucking with your head so we can get a rock. Fuck that cop. Don't listen to him.
But this time, there was clearly a change in Duke's approach. She took a step back and just listened.
Rock love you, Kanan.
But sometimes, I feel like she used that love to do a whole lot of ill shit.
And this relationship between Kanan and Rock really is over, especially after Kanan took some time to look over the paternity results himself. Now, where one relationship is broken beyond repair, we actually find ourselves looking at Duke and Marvin having a real moment for the first time in raising Kanan.
And it was so nice to see it. Duke's burning her fucking clothes up the same way Cleveland fans was burning LeBron jerseys when he went to Miami. It was, and then Marvin popped up on her. What you doing? You know, then they go confront Kenya together. Kenya slaps Marvin, and like Marvin's about to beat Marvin. Duke runs on. She's like, Dad! Like, you know, it was good. It's good to see them talking. I am just so happy. I mean, I was so happy. We all know what happened later of this episode, but, and again, which is why a part of me feels like Marvin really is dead. I feel like this whole episode was foreshadowing Marvin's death. I mean, you know, we're seeing this like progressive change in him, you know, him in his counseling classes with Renee and all that. So, I mean, a part of me thinks Marvin's gone, man. I know we're gonna have to wait and see, but fuck, I don't think it went good for Marvin. Like, I think we're about to see that real first Thomas family loss. Y'all let me know in the comment section, please. Is Marvin dead?
Kanan. But it all started with some fucked up treatment for Duke from Kenya and those from the church. It seems like Kenya was able to read Duke like a book and knows about her sexuality. And with her being a big churchgoer, this is the issue I raised. Was Kenya gonna accept Duke's sexuality? And the answer was no. But not only did she not accept it, she wanted to brainwash Duke, and the treatment she faced really was painful.
Yeah, that was very hard and uncomfortable to watch because, I mean, the pastor basically started, like, they're holding Jukebox down, just slapping her hand, making her watch straight porn. I was like, bro, what the fuck? Is this what was going on in the early 90s? Is this how they dealt with gay people? Like, bro. Fuck. I'm sorry, I didn't mean gay people. I meant homosexual people. Please don't demonic. Please don't flag me. I'm sorry. Sorry!
The older Kanan's narration also said, we're all wondering how did Duke get so cold-blooded? It wasn't just one single thing, but shit like this, it would have had Duke for as long as she lived. And the Duke we saw in Power really was cold-blooded, someone who felt no pain when it came to death or killing those in her crew, and this was a brutal treatment she'd had to deal with in episode 8, and it's definitely a contributing factor. And Marvin did warn Duke in episode 7, Kenya was on her own shit, always has been and always will be, and so it was no surprise to Marvin when he saw Duke burning the clothes Kenya bought Duke. But this really did rile Marvin up, and where he delivered some home truths to Kenya about how she abandoned her daughter along with sleeping with an NBA player. But as Kenya slapped Marvin, we heard Duke yell out, "Dad," which is the first time we've ever heard Duke call Marvin her dad. But this time it was actually Duke who was leaving Kenya because she was fine without her before and she'll be fine without her again. But ironically, this was also the start of maybe a relationship with Marvin. We all know that Marvin hasn't been the greatest of fathers to Duke either, but at least Marvin's trying to change. He's been to anger management classes and listened to Renee. He's accepted Duke for who she is, and even though we did hear Duke calling Marvin dad, there is still a lot of shit they need to fix. And even though it's not the right time, Duke definitely recognizes Marvin's trying to change, but I'm sure we all know Power by now. They only build these relationships only to then take them away. And just like the older Kanan's narration told us, there's definitely going to be more pain when it comes to Duke. So Marvin's death is one I expect to really hit Duke when this eventually happens. So let's talk about Marvin's troubles with the Italians. So as we circle back around to the beginning of this video, the question,
that motherfucker Dominic. Bro. How you shoot your own mans? Like, this is all really this motherfucker's fault.
was who is going to get
I know they was doing the job for Marvin to get rid of Tony Deep and all that, but fuck. Yo, this nigga Dominic, bro, how the fuck this nigga get in the mafia? His homeboy playing fucking, what do you call it? His homeboy on the ground doing the stop, drop, and roll like the fucking crib on fire. This motherfucker Dominic said, boom. Whoa, like, bro, how you smoke your own mans?
going to get to Dominic first. Was it going to be Marvin or Sal Baselli? And even though Unique won Marvin, unfortunately it was Sal who got to Dominic, but not before.
Bro, I swear, bro. That's the game. Bro, Unique is the nigga controlling the fucking cards. Bro could have been told on Marvin. Bro could have been told on Rock for being disloyal. I mean, bro, like, straight up, Unique is playing the long run. In the end, when Sal Baselli and Rock both lose, I feel like Unique. I feel like Unique is going to be up there to pick up all the pieces and start a brand new business. Unique is the nigga playing the long game. Do I think he's Breeze? It's possible. It's possible. Let me know in the comment section. Is Unique Breeze? Is Unique playing the long game? In season 10, in episode 10, will he be the nigga on top? Y'all gotta let me know in the comment section. Where does this season end?
Before Unique could start making his own moves, because if he wanted to rat on Marvin, then he could have done it right here, but he didn't, because he's playing the long game of chess. He definitely.
I just said that. Just said that shit. Unique is the only nigga looking in the future for real. Everybody else so content on what's going on now. This nigga Unique on some ghost shit for real. Bro went from being accused of being Detective Howard's murderer and having no fucking business having Dean cut him off the streets thought he was dead, his name have no weight to it, to now like being needed by Rock and the Italians. Unique really is becoming that nigga.
He wants to take back what's his, and with the walls closing in on Rock, if Unique plays his cards right, he could definitely end up season 2 on top. But as Dominic told Sal, it was Marvin who gave Marco the job, and then there was no need for Dominic, and so we saw Jimmy kill Dom.
Yeah, who didn't see that coming? I was so happy when Dominic went. Prime Video.
Your skills are being sadly wasted in this den of imbecility.
That bitch said, your skills are being wasted in this goddamn facility. Kind of sound like the warden from Holes. The fuck? I don't know about all that, but anywho.
He killed Dom, but as the Italians set about their business, Rock learned about the death of Marco Baselli, the son of Sal, and how it was Marvin who gave him the job of killing Tony Deep. And so Sal offered Rock a deal, Marvin's death for Marco's, but there was no way Rock was gonna accept that. Sure, Marvin.
Yo, I swear, like, my nigga Saul Baselli was drunk as shit. Nigga was in fucking tears. Nigga just wanted a little condolence for his son. He's like, yo, just put your brother underground and we'll be good. I mean, bro basically, he made it seem like he was asking Rock for, like, a fucking payment or something. Bro made it seem like he was asking him to run an errand. Like, he's just like, yeah, just get rid of your brother and we good, you know? Rock basically laughed in the motherfucker's face and said, hell nah, nigga. And then Saul Baselli's like, you know, can you not see I'm suffering? Like, you know, like, compassion and all that shit, you know? So, tensions between Rock and Saul Baselli about to be sky high. I think Rock, Lou, and the gang, are they about to really go at it with the Italians? Season 3 prediction, I think it's about, it might be an all-out war between, you know, like, Rock's people and the Italians. Or, again, Season 3 might just be unique. I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this anymore. I thought I knew, because so far, it's been a little bit predictable on some of the shit. Like, especially, like, mid-season finale and before then. But now I'm not sure. They started to turn the heat up a little bit. Y'all gotta let me know in the comment section. What's going on with Saul Baselli? Is Rock taking this motherfucker out next episode?
Marvin should never have gone around Sal to make the deal with Marco, but the plan fucked up on complacency and Dominic shooting Marco. But Rock showed this tough exterior, as she always does, because it's what she's always done, being a woman in a man's world.
Saul Baselli, he was crying. He was like, can you not be compassionate? My son is in the dirt!
Regardless of whether Rock gave up Marvin or not, Sal was always going to make his move, and this is something I'm sure we all saw coming. Innocent parties always get caught in the crossfire, and ironically, just when things started to go right for Marvin, his world is about to come crashing down once again. Because I don't think Marvin's dead. There is no way Marvin goes out like that. I think episode 9 is when we'll find out Renee was actually caught in the crossfire, but all hell will definitely break loose between the Italians and the Thomases. And as Claudia once told Tommy in Force, chaos creates opportunities, and this chaos will definitely create an opportunity for one man, Unique. Unique is the one we need to watch, because he will definitely be making some chess moves and using this chaos to end season 2 as a kingpin of Southside. Now elsewhere, we saw Lou putting pressure on the DJ they paid to play Ziza's song, and it does.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, we definitely gotta talk about this too. What's next for Lou? Is Lou gonna wind up behind bars? Cause I mean, bro, like, they pulled that nigga Crown Camacho out the fucking water the same way one of them sailor niggas pull out a fucking, what do you call that, a load of fish? Them niggas out at sea? Yeah, bro, they found that nigga Crown. Like, bro been dead for like 2-3 episodes. I don't know, bro. I thought you decomposed after like a week in New York. Well, I don't know though. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, they found Crown. I feel like that might come back to Lou. people have been asking, like, back and forth, everyone from famous to niggas at the fucking record label. I mean, where's Crown? And this nigga loses. He gone. He on vacation. Like, you know? So, and I feel like Lou, too, I feel like he's been making a mistake being the real him in front of Ziza. He catching bodies in front of Ziza. He upping on he pulling guns on people in front of Ziza. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like that's a little bit quick, and I feel like that's gonna come back to haunt him. Y'all, what do y'all think? Y'all gotta let me know in the comment section.
It does seem like Ziza enjoys this shit when Lou gets his hands dirty and brings out the street side, and I do wonder, is there more story to Ziza? But Marco's death wasn't the only death that was brought to light which connected to the Thomas family. There was also Crown, and no doubt, who do you guys think is going to be sniffing around? Detective Beck. Beck is someone who, despite being told by the captain,
bro, I'm telling you now, I already got a R.I.P. Detective Burke shirt in my closet, bro, because I know for sure if anybody going to heaven, it's her!
she's on her final warning. We still saw her step to Rock about her relationship with Howard, but the walls also seem to be closing in on Beck from all sorts of different angles. Howard's given her one more chance to leave this shit. Rock's left it be for now, but it also seems like the Binghams believe she had something to do with Nicole's death, and from season 1, we learn how they were well connected, and so I do think Beck could end up being a death either in episode 9 or 10. And finally, regardless of the issues surrounding Rock,
you guys, I think I just got dumped! Nah, I probably shouldn't talk about this. Because it's, yeah, we'll leave it alone. We'll leave it alone.
She's still making her moves to expand, and where Cartier decided to let Abraham rot in a cell, she used her connections to do him a favor, because she wants Cartier.
I feel like that is also gonna be another problem. Like, bro, I think Cartier is gonna be aware that Rock is going behind her back trying to recruit his men, basically. Like, come on now. Rock, bro, Rock is slipping this season. She thinks she on it. She thinks she knows what's going on. She thinks she is a step ahead. But I don't think she really is. Last season, Rock was a force to be reckoned with. This season, bro, we've been seeing Rock getting pushed the fuck around. I mean, Rock, she has not applied the same dominance that we've seen before. Yeah, she done had a few Rock moments this season, but I mean, fuck. I mean, from ever since she killed Scrappy and on since, just been downhill. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Where do things end this season for Rock?
Cartier's business in DC and Baltimore, but that's a breakdown of episode 8, and one which leaves us with broken relationships with some, but others who are mending theirs, and there are those who are meddling in things they shouldn't be. And no doubt, as we approach episodes 9 and 10, there will definitely be more consequences and death. So will Marvin make it out of season 2 alive? Could we get the introduction to Breeze to finally put the nail in the coffin of Kanan and Rock's relationship? And what happens next with Duke? Because I don't think it's the last we've seen of Kenya. And let's not forget about Unique, who's playing chess while others are playing checkers. So drop all your thoughts down below on all things episode 8. And of course, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 3 and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Go subscribe to MovieBot! Or I'm about to drive through your front door, nigga! I love you, MovieBot! Yeah, crazy episode. Really good. Only 2 episodes left, you guys. Where do we go from here? If you enjoyed the video, like, sub, again, please, go sub to MovieBot. Go like all his content. I mean, bro, like I said, bro, I'd be on my fucking hands and knees like a motherfucking peasant for MovieBot. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace. Oh yeah, stream ya.